Cool. So today I went riding with Dave here.
Yep.
I met Dave this morning. We don't know each other. Didn't.
No.
Had a pretty good day though.
Yep.
So it was at the tent where they were like, hey, everybody who doesn't have somebody to ride with, go over here. And I was really glad to find Dave there because I was like, hey, I want to ride the challenging enduro type stuff today.
And that's what I wanted. I was scared I was going to find this group to where they wanted to lollygag and not get in a hurry and stay at a blacktop. And I wanted to challenge myself, but I didn't want to be by myself.
Same, yeah. So. And I didn't want a big group.
Right.
So we just looked out and we found each other. Turns out we're brothers. Didn't know it.
Yep.
So this morning, did you notice? Remember this morning I told you my riding was like I was trying to shake the dust essentially.
Yeah.
And then coming back, did you notice any difference in the riding?
Loose, real loose. Yeah, you sending that rear end all over the place.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I had to practice on too. Going to the left drifting, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But when I go to the other direction, I don't know, I'm just real stiff. So that's what I was behind you. That's what you kept hearing me doing, is practicing drifting that way. So.
Oh yeah. I was noticing because I know my 50/50s are like less capable, right? But I was kind of processing on the way back like what it was that creates that. And I was wondering if it was the front tire and then the rear tire, and then I was realizing that if my rear tire hooked up more when I got into it, my front tire would be a lot more stable because it instead of like wanting to push out, because when it's kind of starting to go counter steering and it's like heading off the road, my rear tire's just spinning away. And I was like, if it hooked more on the rear, I would get more control in the front.
Yes.
The whole steer with the rear thing, right?
Yes. Yep.
And so it's like,
and sometimes in gravel, what I've kind of figured out, if you got too much weight on the front end, then it just wants to push. And so whenever you get good traction, I mean, you're taking a lot of weight off the front end and everything. So.
Right. That's so true.
Yeah.
I was thinking you meant like body position, which is relevant too.
Which is very relevant. Yeah.
But if you hook up better in the rear, you start to take the weight off the front.
Yes.
So everything I got to get better tires.
Yeah, and the tires I run, literally, I only get maybe 2,000 miles out of them.
Oh, geez.
They're very soft.
What are you running?
The Motaz Rouse, they call them Rouseys.
Okay.
On the front and back.
Okay.
I've tried different tires and everything, but I get better performance. I like riding the harder stuff like we did today, and I didn't struggle hardly in at all.
Do you have any memorable moments you want to talk about from today?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about a few.
Yeah, we got to a river crossing, and we stopped and looked at it, and it's not the kind of river crossing I'm used to. Where I'm from, a little bit east of here, probably west, flat rocks. All these were big round rocks, and it was probably, 40 yards across there? Or maybe not quite that far, was it?
I could put it, it might have been like 40 to 60, the way across.
All the way across, yeah.
So there was like a double crossing here. So it went through the deeper stuff, and then there was like another crossing for some shallower stuff.
Yeah. So next thing I know, it's like, okay, we're gonna take a look at it. He jumps on the bike and just, okay, I'm going. And I'm like, I don't even have my helmet on or nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stand here in case I need to run to help him. And he blasts through there. And I'm like, I got to do it now. I can't let this young buck beat me. So I jumped on, took off. Everything's going real good. And I hit a couple real hard rocks. And I thought I stalled the bike. The bike just fell over. And, of course, my both boots soaking wet. Luckily, I caught the bike to where it didn't go into water. Tried to start the bike back up and get everything. And here he was coming off the hill to help. So the bike wouldn't start to do nothing. So I turned the key off, turned it back on, wouldn't do anything. And it would start, but then I couldn't put it in gear. So then I moved the
kickstand.
The kickstand thing.
Yeah.
And then I got it to move again. And I started away to the second part. And I thought maybe it was just some kind of a fluke. So I got clear on the other second part, and I got into another deep hole, and it just done the same thing. Every time I'd put it in gear, it would just turn off. And so we laid the bike on its side, and you're the one that found that the switch was broke. That plastic piece.
Yeah, there's like a plastic piece that goes around where the kickstand swivel is, and or pivots from.
Yep.
Anyways.
And yeah, so I mean, we were sitting there looking at it, and he noticed where it was broke, and then we looked on the very bottom of it because the bike was laying on its side to just get a better view, and you could see where a rock had just smashed the bottom of it. So we were sitting there trying to pull out the connection, and finally I just took a knife and just cut the wires, and then we figured out if it needed to be in it.
I told him you don't need to cut the wires. Like, you just I got needle nose, and he was like, nah, just cut the wires. Just cut the wires.
Because anyways, after he gave me a situation like that, I'm gonna get rid of that switch.
Right. Yeah. It's just problematic after that.
Yes. So just cut the wires. We troubleshoot, see if it needed to be an open circuit or closed circuit. It needed to be a closed circuit. He had zip ties. I wired them together and zip tied it to the frame, and haven't had no problem with the rest of the day.
Right.
Good.
Taken care of. I was concerned that if water got on it and got the connection wet, that it might have been an issue. But then I was thinking that probably isn't likely, because the connection is right there at the kickstand, which is like the lowest part of the bike. It's gonna get wet all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, probably not.
And since you want a closed circuit, water really won't hurt it, because that's what a short circuit is.
Right.
Yeah. So
closing it, right?
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Worked out real good.
We got through there.
But had a couple little hill climbs. They're like rock faces we went up, which was fun.
Yeah.
Enjoyed those. But they maybe 5 foot up, and pretty steep angle. I don't know, maybe like that, and it was fun.
Those were really fun, and I remember like in my earlier days of riding, like those are where I would stop, because I was just like freaked out, like, how do I do this? And we were just plowing through that stuff.
I just geared down and just hit hard enough to where I jumped over all the hard stuff at the top.
I did stop early on. The first kind of rough road we went down with all those, and it was right before a little hill climb, and he went up it, and then he's like, well, you got this path and this path. I was like, no, it's not the path, it's me. I can't breathe anymore. Like, I'm just wiped.
Yeah, because we went probably 15 miles before we hit that was it about that far on hard terrain.
Oh, it was probably further than that on hard roads. And then
legs are burning, lungs are burning, and then here comes this obstacle. So.
And after that, I kind of started to pace myself, like slow down, and like, remember to breathe.
That's a hard thing. That's like when my boys race.
Yeah.
A lot of times I breathe, because you don't realize it, but you hold your breath a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Last time I was out riding, like before this, a couple weeks back, I found myself, I went through some real rough stuff, and I was like all excited about it, and then I felt myself just like dying, and I was like, I didn't breathe through any of that.
Right.
It was fun, but I killed myself because I stopped breathing.
Yeah. And then after that, you got to recover, and if you're still going on hard stuff, it's hard to recover.
Right. Right.
So
there was a close call that I had to laugh about.
2.
Was there? Okay.
The 4-wheeler. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. The 4-wheeler. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh. So funny though. Like a half a mile before I came up on that guy. Mm-hmm. A half a mile. It just dawned on me, like, because you got to constantly remind yourself, like, I keep picking up speed.
Yeah.
But this is a narrow road.
And I noticed that.
And people. So that's something else I wanted to mention, is that I saw more people here on the roads than I usually. Than I ever have, really.
Right.
It just seemed to be more busy, whether it was other bikes, which the bike.
Yeah.
The close call with the bike. That's the second one. Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
So like a half mile before we came up on that guy, I'm like reminding myself, like, yo, slow down. You got to gauge, because whoever comes around that corner, because somebody can come around that corner, you got to be able to slow down and be safe. And I just kind of slowed my pace just a little bit.
And I noticed that too. No, you did quite a bit.
Okay.
Because I geared down and I'm like, good, because I looked at the time.
Okay.
And it was quitting time for everybody to come home from work.
Oh, okay.
And literally, that's what I thought you was thinking. It's like, hey, it's quitting time. No. But there was more traffic on the road. But it's the best thing to do.
So I come up over this hill, and there's a 4-wheeler in the road, and I didn't think much of it, because I was like, okay, there's plenty of room on the left and right. It's a 4-wheeler. It's not a big full-size truck. But the kid. So there was this dude, probably in his late 20s, with a kid, like maybe a 4 or 5-year-old boy sitting in front of him. And they're just buzzing along.
Going to town.
And that kid looks at me, and he's like, like smiling and waving,
He
and
threw
I'm
his hand clear up.
yeah. And then the dude who was looking way off to the right snaps his head and is like, "Oh shit!" Just jerks the four-wheeler over.
You didn't get to see it because it was just as you went, but hopefully it's on my GoPro. Because when he did that, the kid flew.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, if he wouldn't had his hand on the handlebar, the kid would have flew off.
Oh man.
But you was like 3.5 foot
Yeah,
from him. So
yeah.
like you wasn't going to hit him.
He just didn't realize
And
we
he
were
was
there.
in the middle of the road.
He was. He was right in the middle of the road, which is. I tried to ride to the right for two reasons. One, to give you the left side for dust.
You seen me, yeah.
And two, because traffic should keep to the right.
Yeah.
And because I was towards the right side of the road, if I had went straight, I still would have hit him because he was right in the middle. We probably would have scraped, but I just, you know, weaved off a little bit and missed him.
And that's what
Clearly.
we was doing really well at, both of us working together when we was riding, and it was dusty.
Yeah.
I would always ride in the left lane, and I was riding pretty close to you because the dust was coming up so quick.
Yeah.
And then whenever a turn would come and I couldn't see, I'd just drift in behind you, and then I'd just drift right back out. That's how we just done it all day, and it worked good. And I hope I didn't make you feel like I was pressuring you to go faster, because that was a sweet spot.
No, I just felt like I was holding you back the whole time.
But no, that's where I like, you know, I wasn't getting no dust there, so it made it nice.
Good. Yeah. I could hear his exhaust back there, and I'm just like cruising along, and I hear him, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, oh, he's back there having fun.
I'd find little rocks and stuff and try to wheelie up over them and jump off of them and drift in every turn I could. And, so.
And then probably 3 times, I just figured you would. I look back, and there he is, front wheel up. Like I'm looking in my mirror and just watching him, and he's just back.
That was probably the best one of the day you've seen too. Yeah.
So the other close call was we're cruising along, and once again I was on the right side, and it was on the tighter trails, the more enduro trails,
more enduro,
right?
and you could tell it was for like 4-wheelers because there was a grass strip in the middle.
Yeah.
And you was in the dirt, and then I'll let you finish the story there.
So this other dude is coming, and I noticed him, and I just expected him, like all the half a dozen people before him, to get to the right side, and we'll pass each other. There wasn't any like obstacles there stopping him from getting on the right side of the road safely. And it's all happened in a matter of like 2 or 3 seconds. But I saw him on my side of the road and was like, okay, decision made. I'm gonna stick here. He's gonna move over. He didn't move over. I'm like, we're closing fast. I start to dip over to the left, and then he decides to dip over right at me. And we just barely, we were probably this close from just nailing each other, swiping each other. Super close call. I feel like he probably didn't have the reaction time.
He didn't have the reaction time, and just the way he handled the bike, I could tell he was a novice.
Yeah.
Just how he handled the bike.
Okay.
That was probably 2 things. You know, a little older, reaction time, wasn't ready for it. He may have been tired because that was on the other side. They'd already come all the way through that whole section.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he was wiped.
Yeah. And there was like 6 or 7 guys ahead of him. They was waiting on him. One day that'll be me. They'll be waiting on my old butt.
Well, we ate lunch at some little deli cafe thing.
It was a cool name though.
I don't remember the name.
Something Belly. Big Belly?
Big Belly Deli?
Yes, I think that was it. Big Belly. I know it was something Deli and Belly, yeah.
Okay.
But
the food was smaller than we expected.
Yeah.
But it was good. It's definitely good.
The food was real good. Just the portions were, I got ordered this roast beef and horseradish and stuff. I thought it'd be like a hoagie, you know? I thought it would be like a hoagie, but it was literally a hamburger. And it didn't fill me up like I wanted to.
Yeah. I kind of thought like, hey, maybe that worked out for the best, because, you know, sometimes when you eat a larger meal and then you kind of like, it drains you a little bit.
Get lazy. That's exactly how it worked out.
It worked out great because we rode, and then I got hungry. I was like, dude, we got to stop and snack time.
I eat a lot anyways.
And we had a snack break, which is perfect because now we got to camp here like 20 minutes ago. I'm ready to eat. Food's ready. So like it worked out good on the food.
Like I told you, I'm a time guy, but I think we got here at 5:02. We're supposed to be here at 5.
Supposed to be here at 5.
5, right.
I thought we were going to be here like 5:15 to 5:30, but that whole like last section I felt like I was just in the zone, man.
Yeah, we was cruising good.
We were just cruising through the forest, and it was all smooth, paved dirt. I'm not
gravel.
It was gravel roads. So it was dusty. It was loose.
We was going 40, 45, just
Yeah.
and it was just smooth.
I was so in the zone there.
Yeah.
And I was like realizing too, like how I really need to put my focus out.
Yeah.
And a lot of like being timid or less skilled comes from focus down here.
You're right. Yeah.
And it was then that I just felt like I was in the zone, and I was just like out there.
Yeah.
Peripheral, pay attention down here with your peripherals, but focus out there.
Yeah. Especially easy stuff like that, you know. And you're real good at picking tracks, picking your lines.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got 2 boys, and they ride a lot, and they race. But your line choices are really good.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you don't have to change that. Your body positioning is really good. So, I mean, you're really good. I was really happy to ride with you.
I forget. Like you got to see all of my riding.
Yeah.
So he was behind me all day. I didn't get to see him riding, but for like 2 minutes maybe. But I heard him. I definitely heard him.
Yeah, that bike's pretty stout sounding. So.
I didn't even have to look in my mirror half the time. I was just like, I could hear his exhaust. And wow.
But no, I was really impressed. I ain't gonna lie. I was
Thanks.
Really worried. But no, we
right in the morning.
Yeah, you don't know who you're gonna get.
Right.
You got some guy that's could be talking up. I've done this and blah blah blah. But you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And then you're out there helping the guy pick up the bike 20 times.
Yeah. We only had to pick up a bike once today.
And
that was fantastic.
Right. So can't beat that.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is Dave, and turns out Dave was Army and I was Marine Corps, and we also share a lot of views on things.
Yes.
So the whole day has just been, I don't know if he's like even a real person. I'm starting to think he's imaginary, to be honest.
Right. Well, I told you, we've been talking, but like literally we line up on a lot of our views. It's like a lot of my wife always hears, things are just meant to be. I mean,
yeah,
everything's meant to be. We have a lot of views on health and everything.
Yeah, so. It's been really good.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad to meet you out here.
Me too.
I'm like, seriously, I think I got another brother here.
Yeah. And he didn't eat any crayons. These Marines, he was good.
I keep them in my back pocket.
Right. He was eating a pepper I couldn't see.
Shove them in my own. That's good.
Had a good ride.
Thanks, Dave.
No,
Thanks,
you.
man.
I'm just glad I got to meet you. Got to ride with somebody that flow rides. We flow rode.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Smooth.
There wasn't a moment where I would like stopped and was like, "Where is he?" You were there the whole time, and I've over the last year, I've had to finally come to terms with it because it's put me in some bad situations when I was younger. But like come to terms with just riding my own ride.
Yeah.
No matter how close somebody is or isn't to me, like I'm okay with people overtaking me now, and I just don't feel pressured by it. I don't feel influenced by it anymore.
Okay.
And so there was never a time of that, but then also you were actually there. dude so I'm glad I remembered. We took a wrong turn and it was like down a freeway.
Which time? There's like 10 of them, but yeah, we was on the freeway.
It was like a real freeway though, like a highway. It wasn't busy though, and there was no U-turn that I could see. Of course, it was like a corner, so I couldn't see far. But I was like, "Hey,
you want to jump?
You want to just hop the curb here?" And it wasn't just the curb. It was like a curb, and then it was like the curb height times 2 stacked on top of it with
every
dirt.
Bit of 18 inches.
Yeah,
18 inches tall.
Of like this dirt hill
yeah.
that came up to like be a median, and we were on the side of the road. I'm like, Dave, you want to hop the curb? He's like, yeah, I'm game. As soon as I heard it, I didn't even wait. I just whoa, because the road was clear, and I knew like that was our moment if we were gonna take it. And I did.
Yeah.
I just whooped.
I mean, right up over.
Yeah.
Front tire come right up over. And
which
everything.
It kind of shocked me. That's why
really?
Like. Because I told you like the whole log hopping thing, it's new to me.
Yeah.
And then I got some practice with that today, like
a
bunch of times. Yeah. And so like hitting that thing, it was just like nothing. I just like boop up over it.
Like I said, it was every bit of 18 inches. That was a good job. Yeah.
Yeah. And then here he comes right behind me, and I was like, good, he actually did it, because too many times people are like, sure, and then they go to do it and they're like, I shouldn't do that.
Right. Yeah.
And then And then I'm on the other side going, what the hell? You just said you would.
Well, I brought bail money, so I'll do anything. The thing is, my wife won't come bail me out. I have to call my boys to come get me. She'll leave me there.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that was a good time. Really good time.
Yep,
well, that's a wrap. Thanks for sitting here doing this with me, Dave.
It's actually good, remembering everything and get to talk about it. So.
Right on. See y'all later. Live free, ride hard.
Yes.